England has just suffered the worst far-right street violence in decades. Local self-defense groups have sprung up across the country to protect their communities from racist attacks.
We have all watched the rise of the far right that have been fed by our politicians, our media, and our corrupt police.
The unrest started after a tragic mass stabbing that targeted children in the English town of Stockport.
Unfortunately, 3 innocent children were killed, and rumours were circulating that it was done by a Muslim migrant, which turned out not to be true. After that, many people took it upon themselves to start attacking mosques, attacking black and brown people.
Our police force are stretched out thin across the whole country. They are not able to protect us. So now, as communities, we are protecting each other.
Misinformation spread like wildfire that the killer was a Muslim migrant who'd come to the UK illegally by boat. It turns out he was a British-born teenager from Wales with Rwandan parents. The colour of his skin was enough to keep the nationalist revolt burning, which had been brewing in England for a long time. As a video journalist, one of my first political documentaries in the UK was about the far right.
England is our country, and at last we want it fucking back!
For those of us filming on the streets at that time, in 2010, we could see that this time bomb was waiting to explode. Tommy Robinson, the leader of the ultra-nationalist street movement, the English Defence League, has been found out to have close ties to the Israeli war machine.
Fascists come off our streets! Fascists come!
People like Tommy Robinson has been the spearhead of these race riots. He's currently in Cyprus, nowhere to be seen. And newsflash, he is also funded and aided and abetted by Zionists. It's been proven that a lot of his sponsor and donors are coming from Zionist organizations. So essentially when people talk about British patriotism, I don't understand what Israel has to do with British patriotism. Why are people like Tommy Robinson using, the name of British patriotism whilst working for another foreign entity? Now, think of it from the mind of a racist. A racist is seeing brown people being slaughtered and they're getting away with it. So essentially in their mind, it's like, well, there's a green light here. If Israel, who we support, can commit genocide, murder, over 40,000 people, and there are no repercussions for that, then this is accepted, right? This is normal in society.
So I here to show support to the Muslim community who is here, to the immigrant who is like me. I came as an immigrant like 10 years ago, and it's not like what I'm hearing in the media about immigrants. We live in here, it's not easy life. I have condition on my visa, it's called no public funds. So I'm not allowed to any public funds from the government. What you hear from these fascists is that we hear taking their money, taking benefit. It's a condition that so many people like me have it. It's written no public funds. That if I'm sick, I need to buy my medicine. I can't take benefit. I can't take free house. I have to rent everything, and I have to pay my tax. So here, I'm not taking anything from any British man. If anything, I'm giving service. I'm paying tax, and from this tax, you live in your benefit. You live in nice out of it. The problem is not us coming here and taking jobs.
These recent anti-fascist demonstrations were called after the far right anonymously leaked a list online, claiming they were going to attack locations housing asylum seekers across the country.
When we look at the list that has been released of all the different towns, for many of us, it's a reminder of history. It's what our ancestors went through. My father had to fight the racists on the street for liberation. And this is how it's making us feel again. We've gone back to the 60s. We've gone back to the 70s. It's Enoch Powell and the rivers of blood speech all over again.
Where's your army now, huh? Fascists come! Only one! We're many! Where's your army now?
2 days later, the many nationalists due to turn up to this hotel housing asylum seekers didn't come through. They were in hiding as successful anti-fascist gatherings packed the streets across England.
We've showed the fascists that they don't have the edge that we do on the street. These streets are ours, and it's given us all a lot of hope. Wherever hate and division is going to show, we're going to come and oppose it.
Thank you so much for watching The Real News Network, where we lift up the voices, stories, and struggles that you care about most. And we need your help to keep doing this work, so please tap your screen now, subscribe, and donate to The Real News Network. Solidarity forever.